Hello, I'm Carol Fox. I am one of the girls of the Fox Girls with a Z. We're called Beautify the Ordinary, and the last time that I set my table for you a couple of weeks ago was for Thanksgiving, and I mentioned that I had these black and white table placemats, and that I would just take orange that went with it and switch it to red, and that's what I'm going to do for you today. So I saved the placemats, all four of them are in place, and then I just am switching out to the chargers in red. And I live in an apartment. This really is about apartment living, really, because you know, when you go from a large house to a small apartment and you have to downsize and so forth, you have to kind of just wing it. So the storage becomes really an issue. So I have 3 sets of different chargers, but just 4 of each. So I just mix and match and sort of thing. So these, I do have red though, so I was very pleased when I went to look that I do have 4 red chargers. So I'm going to put those in place for you. Then I do just use my ordinary everyday dishes, and I think that's just fine. When you're thinking about all the holidays and you're picking out plates, it's nice if you can think of coordinations of colors for each of the holidays so that you can get something that will kind of coordinate with all the different holidays. So this one for me does that. It's Villeroy and Bach, and it's black and white and has a little yellow rim around it. And so I pulled in those colors as well with all the holidays, which sounds like quite a stretch, but it absolutely does work. Then what I always do for all holidays is I just buy the luncheon sized plates, and that's what makes my table pop. And these are American Holly Longaberger pottery, and I just love them. They have berries and holly, a little red and a yellow around it, and they sit, and just the whole thing now makes sense, I'm sure, for you as well as me. I absolutely love those. They're so cute. So that brings Christmas to the table in a big way. Then I did buy at a 70% after Christmas sale in Laguna Beach a couple of years ago. I bought this set of adorable little glasses. This one is a candy cane. This one is a Christmas tree. This one is a snowman. This one is a little penguin, and they're real cute, so I use those for every day. And then to bring in a little more red, because as you look at the, if you look at the place setting, you know, I want to see a little bit more red. So this is Pottery Barn, little polka dot napkins, and then my napkin ring is a little reindeer. It's a little reindeer with a little red nose, and I just think it's adorable. So that goes on there. And so now we have a really cute napkin that goes with, and the reindeer has joined the family on the plate setting. And so then you can sneak in your fork on this side and your knife on the other side, and that'll be my place setting, and I just really like that. So let me go ahead and do the other 4, and then I'm going to tell you all about the Advent wreath. So every year, of course, we do, always a family tradition is to do an Advent wreath, which is the 4 Sundays before Christmas. And you always start with a wreath which symbolizes eternal life. So this is the same big tray that I used for the autumn display that I did, Thanksgiving display. And I do it on a coffee table, I do it on the end of the kitchen counter, you know. I just always am decorating with this tray. It's really great. So I pushed if you remember, the fall wreath came up on top, kind of touched the edge and just sat on the top of the tray. But this one I pushed down so it's nice and flat. And then I put the a little, I don't know if you can see it there, it's just a small tray, pedestal stand of any, and you could do anything. It could be clear, it could be silver, it could be red, it could be green, it could be anything. So I put that there to lift it up above so we can get the candles up. So I put that in, and then I have a little Advent wreath that holds the 4 candles for the 4 Sundays, and those go in that and sit right on top of this pedestal. So that holds that nice and secure. Then what I do is take picks, just greenery picks. These have a little bit of red berry. This just happens to have a little bit of pine cone on it, but I liked the berry with it. It picked up some red. And then I put ribbon around the wreath and then started in with the picks. So I have 4 picks, and this side is done. So I thought I would show you how I did that. And I just, to get it underneath, you have to bend it all the way so that it's all the way up to get it to sit right inside here. So I'm going to move this ornament, push this underneath. See how I'm sliding it underneath the pedestal, and then it'll sit down. I go through the candle, just kind of separate your greens like that and get it to set in there. Then I can put my little ornament back. If I've got it pushed in well enough, should be able to lean, should be able to fit. Okay. Okay. All right. So that's 3 now that we have in here, and this is easily bendable. So if you need to bring it down a notch, you can do that. However you want to do it, as high or as low as you want it. And then I'll do one more for you. So again, bending this back completely so I can get underneath, and this will finish off the pedestal and hide all of it underneath. Slide it under, and then bend this down. So now I add more of the ornaments, and you can put those wherever you want them, as high as you'd like them. And of course I've got the 4 candles in there, so everything matches up. Yeah, I like that. I think that one looks fine. And here we go. And here, a little more. Like I say, it's just to your taste, whatever you like, as many or as little as you like. Make sure every guest has a nice view and pretty things to look at. That's very important to me. It's nice how they just kind of grab, you know, you don't have to do anything. You know, so many times you have to wire everything, but with this you don't. At least I never do. So the wreath is all put together. I'm really pleased with it. I think we'll all enjoy every Sunday night. We light another candle, and we light it every day of the week. So if we start with week 1, this one would be for 7 days. Then week 2, we light this one and this one. So now we have 2 candles going, and those go for the entire 2nd week. Then the 3rd, we light this one and the other 2, so that's 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and then we're at Christmas. So that's how we do it. Now, the nice thing about the 4 Sundays of Advent is that each of those weeks represent different things. And I had the grandchildren, and you might want to do this if you have grandchildren. It really helps them get into the spirit of the Advent season. And it's something, you know, that's not all commercial and all about the toys and all of that. And that is little signs, and I used place cards to do it. And they wrote out hope, peace, joy, and love. And for each one of these that represents that week, we put those on there as well. They made them last year. I've packed them they're so important to me to keep. They were 5 and almost 8 last year. So I want to keep those and put them out every single year. And I've put them someplace very special. I can't find them right now. So maybe we'll show them to you later. But as always, and as I told you for Thanksgiving, I like to have different things around the table. Little things that they can look at. I've got my 3 little wise men, and I just think they are the sweetest things. I've had these probably 30 years. I absolutely love them, and I get them out every year. But they don't go in the same place every year. This is the first year I've put them on the table. So I mix things around. And these ornaments are from Pier 1. I think I've seen them other places as well. But they light up, the little window lights up like home. So I just absolutely love those. So those will sit there as well. Did that one turn on? Yes, it's all lit up. So the fancy booth, I've told you before, the fancy booth, because I don't have chairs at this side of the table, but I took I'll show you the back sides. They're my little oriental fabric, but they have black background. So I just tied it up like you would a gift and put it up so that it shows on this side, and just tied a bow. So I wrapped it up like a gift, and so they match now, and I feel real good about how they show the holiday spirit. So I think that's it. I think I put a bow on the flower arrangement over here and just left it the way that it is, but just added a little more of the holiday spirit to tie in the plaids and so forth. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you got some ideas from it. And the Fox girls are very excited to be joining with you and sharing what we're doing for our holidays, and I hope that by sharing that it enhances your holiday as well. Merry Christmas.